Hi my darlings, I'm Sophie Darling and welcome back to the channel. Today we are reacting to episode 17 of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, and episode 16 was rough because they finally learned about Hughes's death because they didn't know, because no one had the heart to tell them, and they had to suffer this emotional turmoil of should we continue our mission if we know that it's going to result in people dying. They're so scared to bring pain onto those that they love and care about, that they're happy to just accept that their bodies shouldn't be returned. But thankfully, Gracie spoke some sense into them. She told them that that would be a dishonor to Hughes and what he died for. He did this to help them get their bodies back. So the boys have to keep pushing forward now because they have to honor what Hughes died for. And I think it's just a good reminder to them that they're not to blame. I think it's hard not to blame yourself because of Hughes leaving behind his wife and his young child, and they think if it wasn't for us and trying to get our bodies back, Hughes never would have been in that situation. But Hughes chose to be in that situation, and that's something that the boys have to come to terms with. It was a choice. They didn't force him. They never asked him to do this. He chose to try and help them get their bodies back, and whatever information he stumbled upon has resulted in him dying. But he knew it was a risk, and he knew that being a soldier was a risk. So I think we'd be naive to expect him not to be aware that he could potentially die in whatever mission he partakes in. I think he always knew that there was the chance that he might never make it back, but the risks were worth it if he could help two children return to their bodies, if he could help them get ahead, because he genuinely cared for them. It's just sad that they lost someone they value and cared for so much in return, that it's someone else who was extremely close to them that they now have to mourn for. But I think it will take them a while to kind of come to terms with the loss of him, because it's not an easy thing to mourn someone, especially someone you were close to. And I know that they're all soldiers, but as Ed continuously says, we are human. They have emotions. So I do think it's going to be beneficial for them to be able to have that opportunity to come to terms with the loss of someone that they cared for, but it will also strengthen their resolve to bring Envy to justice. They don't know that it's Envy yet, obviously, but it will strengthen their mission going forward, their desire to not only get their bodies back, but to find out who killed Hughes so that they can put a stop to it and prevent anyone else from dying. It's just going to make them more strong and resolute in the long run, but it's still really sad to see them have to go through those emotions and wrestle with this guilt that frankly they shouldn't feel because it's not their fault. But it's easier said than done, because I think if any of us were in that situation, we'd also feel that guilt. We'd also blame ourselves, because if it wasn't for us, Hughes wouldn't be in that situation. So we can relate to how they're feeling, but it's such a realistic portrayal of mourning that it's not an easy process. It comes in waves. It is something that you're always going to wrestle with throughout your life. I don't think you ever truly completely mourn the loss of someone, and Hughes will play a significant role throughout this narrative. I think he's always going to be sort of a ghost that we come back to, that his presence kind of haunts the story and the way in which the characters behave moving forward. So it's going to be really interesting to see how that kind of progresses. We also saw that Lust is pretending to date one of Roy's comrades because she's wanting more information, and that Envy's been masquerading as, is his name Fokker? Yeah, Fokker. It is Fokker, because I laughed at it last episode because I was like, that's really weird. Essentially, how they know everything that's going on in the military is that they've fully infiltrated. So that's probably how Lust knew where Hughes was, because Envy is impersonating Fokker, but he's also impersonating others. So he will have spoken with Hughes as Fokker knows what Hughes is up to, and then told Lust, and then Lust has waited for him. So then it now kind of makes sense. We're able to kind of put the dots together as to how they knew what Hughes was up to, because it was so sort of like, how did they know? How did they get there so fast? But it makes sense because obviously Envy can shapeshift and change into people. So he knows what Hughes is doing. He's communicated it to Luss. Luss has waited where she knew Hughes was going to be to try and kill him. She wasn't successful. So Envy was able to then masquerade as Maria and go and kill Hughes. And then they've tried to pinpoint it on her. They've tried to blame her for his death, which is a fucking joke. Poor Maria. But without further ado, we're going to get into episode 17.
ヒューズ准将殺害に使用された銃弾だ。口径は45。使用弾数1発。腕がいいと言いたいが、至近距離からだ。女性でも十分可能だよ。君の使用している銃の口径は
?45 口径です。
She didn't do it!
これは君の銃弾補充申請だ。
But it wasn't her, it was Envy. Oh, it was her that signed it. Okay.
何に使ったんだね。
そこにも書いてありますが、エドワード・エルリック護衛の際、第五研究所で。
And she had witnesses to that.
無人ではありませんでした。
と君は主張する。
There's witnesses!
使用したという
Al saw it too!
第五研究所は謎の爆発で瓦礫の
Speak
山で
to
す。
Al. Al will tell you that it
君が銃
happened.
を使用したと主張する場所は本来無人であり、弾を探し出そうにも瓦礫の下というわけか。
What if the bullet's in Barry? And then Roy can take it from Barry and then clear Maria's name.
何をしていたんだね。
あの日は休みで両親の家にいました。両親に確認してみてください。
家族および親しい間柄の証言はアリバイとして認められない。
That's bullshit. What a bullshit response.
上官であっても面会は無理です。
Nah, I'm sorry. That's fucking heinous. Sorry, friends and family can't be your alibi. What? What? It's not admissible. I'm sorry. So if it was a fucking day off and she was seen in a market by like a bunch of friends at the time that she supposedly committed a murder, that wouldn't be admissible. Her parents might want to cover for her. I get what they're saying, but you still have to fucking talk to them. You still have to like get their story. You can't just be like, no, not admissible because bias. Even police officers have to speak to friends and family of like murder suspects because they need to pinpoint the narrative and look for any discrepancies. This is bad investigation. This is bullshit. This is... What if that's Envy? What if Envy's the one that's like doing the investigation? It could be. I don't trust anybody. He can shapeshift into anyone, but this is fucking bullshit. I'm pissed off. Poor Maria. Poor Armstrong.
アームストロング少佐。
ブロッシュ軍曹。
実は第五研究所でエルリック兄弟護衛のために私も少尉と共に一発撃っているのです。
So why can't he be an alibi? Oh, maybe she doesn't want to get him in trouble. Oh wait, no, he did. Oh, so they're choosing to ignore it. Yeah, this is bullshit. Armstrong, fight them. Fight them all. It's bullshit. My poor girl's being framed for no reason. Al saw it too. Oh, he's rubbing his head. God love him. Gotta keep my head nice and shiny.
ねえ、これからどうするの？
どうすっかな。
Get revenge. Find who murdered Hughes. Bring them down.
どうしてほしい？なんだよ。
Like you never ask me.
自身のことで相談されたことなかったか？
He's always so like self-assured.
そっか。
ヒューズさんが殺されちゃうような危ない場所でエドもアルもずっと戦ってる。そう思ったらすごく怖くなった。だって死んじゃうかもしれない。急に私の目の前からいなくなる。
This made her realize how fragile life
お母
is.
さんみたいに
She doesn't want to lose those that she cares about most.
元の体には戻ってほしい。 けど危ない旅はやめてほしい。だって
She understands that they need to do it, but she doesn't want to lose them in the process.
私もどうしたいかわかんないや。
They're just kids. This is the thing, the kids being forced to make adult decisions and have all the answers when they don't even know what to do next, you know? It's just really sad.
一日中貴様と付き合わされてんの
What if Maria's paper's in the
このくらい
news
しか楽し
paper?
み
What
は
if Maria's picture's in the paper?
え
And Barry's like, wait, I have the bullet.
ファルマン順位です外からかけてますアイラムジョージオリバー4649
Because he
ん
is made of armor, so like surely the bullet would be like embedded in him. Maybe Barry can be the witness because she shot him. So Barry can be like, hey, it was me. But I think it's too dangerous to reveal Barry because they might try to destroy him. I like Barry. I don't want anything to happen to Barry. I want a Barry redemption arc.
なんだとマリアロス少尉をヒューズ准将殺害事件の犯人と断定
Bullshit. She convicted on first degree murder. Bollocks. Absolute bullshit.
何か知ってるかもしれない
Fucking fight them, Ed. Go. Do it.
文句言うな犬っころの首輪みたいなもんだ
Rude?
もう一回聞くがお前本当に15歳か
そうだよ。
嘘つけ
本当だよ。
He's just a baby.
どうした侵入者です手を貸してください
Oh? Oh?
おとなしくしてろよ
Barry! Barry's like, fucking try me. You know what? Barry didn't even kill them. Yeah, I was gonna say.
こっから出して。
なんだおめえ
新からの密入国者です。
ああそう遠い国からご苦労さんいや目にかまってる暇あどこの国だって
東の新だよ。
一緒に来た
ありがとうね。
Is Barry going rogue? But he did say I'm not allowed to cut anyone up, so he's been sent here with like instructions.
第五研究所にいた。
覚えててくれて嬉しいね
Barry, stop scaring
な
her.
んか撃たれた右手の穴を見るたびに思い出してんだぜおめえさんこのままだと罪を着せられて銃殺刑だぜ
What the fuck, man?
嘘よ。ちゃんと調査する。
選びなこのまま殴り殺しにされるか俺と一緒に逃げるか
Barry on his hero arc.
それ以外に選択肢はない
Barry's been sent here though, because he said, I'm not allowed to cut anyone up. So somebody sent him on this mission.
お父さん、お母さん、ごめん。
Go, Maria. Go with Barry.
ちゃんとエスコートしなさいよ。このバカ骨鎧。
もう威勢がいいね
女は度胸。
You know what? Barry loves a woman with strength and authority. He loves being degraded, doesn't he?
市内全域に通達マリアロスが脱獄
Good.
凶悪な同伴者がいる模様直ちに捕らえよ抵抗すれば射殺して構わない
Roy's on a mission. I think Roy's directed Barry to go and free Maria.
エドワード君、アルフォンス君。
いやー、君たち何してるの
The gang's all here.
自覚しんだよ
Barry, there's no time.
姉ちゃんそこの裏道から一直線に倉庫街に逃げたあそこの暗闇なら逃げ切れる
They're friends. They're trying to help.
来んじゃね
Ed, Al, you can't protect her. There's a bigger plan.
マリアロスだな
マ
Oh, it's a distraction.
もうやったか
Roy wouldn't do that. Roy doesn't believe it. I think it's a distraction to make it look like she's died, so then they can like whisk her away to safety. They're gonna plant like a burned body or like an explosion and make it look like she died in that explosion.
やあ鋼の
No, I don't. No, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it.
どういうことだ大佐なんでだヒューズ中佐は
Unless that's not
ど
Roy.
うしてロス少尉が
Maybe that is Maria. Is that even Roy? Is that Envy? I don't know anymore. I'm so confused.
上官に手を挙げるか身の程をわきまえろ
Maybe it is Roy. I don't know anymore. Maybe Maria is dead, but why?
ダメだ兄さん話せハラダメだってこの野郎はロス少尉よロス少尉どういうことですか大佐
脱獄したマリア・ロスには射殺命令が出てヒューズの死を隠したことは謝ろうだが命令に異を唱えるな説明を求めるな
I still think it's staged. I don't think she's dead. I think he's staging evidence to make it look like she's dead and she's not dead, and then they're gonna keep her in hiding.
抵抗されたから殺したまでだ
But she didn't
住所
resist.
は君の親友だったそうだな。ロス少尉を脱獄させたのは君の手のものじゃないだろうな。
私がなぜ
ああやって自分の手で焼き殺すためさ。
No. I don't think that is the case. I think Barry was getting her out to bring her to safety. But I don't think he can trust them with the truth, so he's made them think that she's dead. I don't think she's dead.
なんせ損傷がひどくてな。だがかろうじて残された歯の治療痕からマリア・ロスと断定した。ひでえもんだ。こんなべっぴんさんを炭にしちまいやがって。
Because it's very odd though that like she's completely burned to destroy all recognition of her.
敵討ちができて満足かい。
He doesn't strike me
西
as...
バール戦の英雄が小娘相手に
That's what I
ここまでや
mean.
るか。
It seems out of character for him to jump to that conclusion. She's not dead.
ロス少尉が殺人を犯したわ。彼女
But
は
to make Armstrong think that she's dead is so cruel.
思いやりのある。
Armstrong lost Hughes
疲れが溜
too.
まっているようだな少佐休暇を取るといい私がいた頭部あそこはいいぞ何より美人が多い
というわけでマスタング君は見事親友の敵を討ちましたとさめでたしめでたし
爪が甘いんじゃない
いいじゃん犬が餌を食べちゃったってのもオツでさそれに反感買ってるみたいだぜ部下にも愛想つかされるんじゃない
何かね
休暇願いです。
いやいいだろ
Oh, it's not from Armstrong.
ありがとう
It's
ございます。
her request to leave.
貴様というやつは勝手に出歩いてバレたら大佐になんて言われるか。
おめえは凶悪な犯人に捕まってるかわいそうな軍人さんなんだからいいんだよ。
はあ
さっきから何やってんだ。
のろしだよ。
のろし。
大体見ず知らずの人間を連れてくるなんて何考えてんだ。
バカ探しましたぞ。
Oh my god, they're
おー
fast.
早かったな。
やあエリザベス元気かい
いつもお電話ありがとう。あんまりサボると怖い副官に怒られるんじゃないの？
大丈夫だよ彼女は休みだから
That's really not like Roy.
そろそろ休暇を取ろうと思ってる
Oh, he's going on
どこかへ
leave.
お出かけ？
最近釣りにハマっててね一緒にどうだ
Oh, is this all like coded? Like code words so people can't decipher what he's actually saying?
どちら様
Oh. Armstrong, what the fuck, man?
いかん。
オートメールが壊れてしまったな。はあ？由々しき事態である。
They're all
すぐ
leaving.
に直さねば
They're
な。
all going.
何ディゼンブールに帰るの？
They're all going on leave.
アルフォンス・エロリック、お主は目立つからセントラルにいるように。よし、すぐに記者の手配だ。行くぞ、エドワード・エロリック。
Armstrong's going on leave. Roy's on leave. Reese is on leave. Ed's now getting
そうはいか
repaired.
んのだ。これも命令だからな。あの男の
アームストロング少佐とエドワード・エルリックが汽車に乗ったそうです。
そうか。これで邪魔者はいなくなった。
I mean everyone's out the
留置所
way.
襲撃犯の目撃者に接触できたよ。で、これが犯人の似顔絵。
Don't hurt Barry!
いや、逃げ足は速いわ、隠れるのが上手だわ。
要するにわかんないんでしょ、無能ね。
うるさいな、おばはんは。人手が足りないんだよ。
You old biddy. Jesus.
人手はこれで十分よ。さあ出番よ。バリーザチョッパー。
Wait, what? Barry 2.0? Roy's up to something. Roy is 100% up to something. I don't think Maria's dead. I know we saw the child body in the dental records, but it's really easy to kind of fake that. Like, you could plant a body, you could plant, like, a tooth. It could be Maria, and I could just be gaslighting myself, but it just doesn't seem like Roy to kill her. Even though everyone's like pinning it as revenge and it's framed as revenge, but the way in which everyone has orders and it's all framed as leave, taking leave. He is going on the offensive. He has figured something out, or he's trying to draw people out from the shadows so that they can then do a counterattack, but something is amiss. That is not Roy. No matter how angry he was at what happened to Hughes, he wouldn't have acted so irrationally, especially as a proper investigation hadn't been done and he knew that. And Barry being out there was against orders, but Barry even said, "Oh, I'm not allowed to chop anything." So I think Barry's been set free by Roy to save Maria. They've planted this body and some teeth to say that it is Maria. Roy's taking the blame for it as an act of vengeance for the death of his best friend. All the while, he's planning for everyone to leave to go to a certain point so that they can begin to plan something. Because it's made out as if like he's trying to be almost a villain-esque figure where they're like, and that's everyone out the way. But there's a purpose behind it. There's a reason behind it. It's going to be like a counter-offensive against whatever is going on. And I swear to God, if anyone touches Barry, I'm gonna fucking fume. Who is Barry 2.0? What the fuck is that? We have a Barry 2.0 who better not hurt my Barry, because my Barry is the one and only, and I'm going to be really sad because he's an absolute icon. I love Barry. I love any character that's kind of considered like a villain. Where's Gluttony, though? That's a good question. We've seen a lot of lust and we've seen a lot of envy, but we haven't seen a lot of Gluttony recently. What's my boy up to? I really sort of like the characters we're not supposed to like. I really like Gluttony, I like Scar, and I like Barry. It's hard not to like Barry. He's just so funny. And him and Al like you. But it was all too coordinated for Barry to have done this on his own. So Roy has definitely told Barry to do this. I think they've burned this body beyond recognition so that nobody can tell that it's Maria. Because the only way that they can tell is by dental records, which you can fake by like removing a tooth. If she has one tooth that's removed and it's planted with the body, you would determine that was her based on the fact that that's the only way of connecting it. It's the only discernible evidence that it's Maria, because the body is too badly damaged, too badly burned. There's no recognizable features for them to conclusively say that this is Maria, bar dental records. But they didn't say how many teeth they found. It could have been one singular tooth, and that would be enough for them to be like, it matches dental records, that's Maria. That's the only thing that survived. They even say that what Roy did was like incredibly brutal because it destroyed all recognition of her, all evidence of any discernible features. She was just completely burnt to charcoal. So the fact that he chose to do it that way is so that nobody can question if it's Maria or not, because Maria isn't dead. Maria is not dead. Maria is in hiding until her name is cleared. Maria is going to be helping them get to the bottom of everything that's going on. I'm not believing she's dead until there's like conclusive evidence. And I know people are going to say, but you had it in front of you. I don't believe it because it's so easy to plant a body and it's so easy to plant like a tooth to say that it's her. And the fact that the body's burnt beyond recognition, you wouldn't know if it was Maria or not. They only know because of a tooth being found. And it could be teeth, but they said tooth. Oh, well, they didn't say tooth. They said dental records, but that could be like a singular tooth. We don't know. I'm going to be living in Delulu, and that's fine because I don't think she's dead. Something isn't sitting right in my gut with this. I think Maria has too much involvement in the plot for her to just be killed that way. It's out of character for Roy to just do that. It looks like Roy's playing the part that Envy and Lust want him to play, but it's almost as if he knows he's playing that part and he's doing it to bait them into thinking that they have one over on him. It's almost as if he knows something that nobody else knows, and in knowing that, he's able to move ahead of them. He's able to get ahead and start planning like a counter-offensive by everyone suspiciously taking leave. Roy's up to something because there was a little smirk as well, and it's just so out of character for him that it's not sitting right with me that he would just kill Maria. You can say I'm Delulu, that's fine. I'm gonna die on that hill. Maria's not dead. She's not dead. She's fine. She's alive. She is in hiding. And this whole fake investigation was just bullshit. They just were looking to pin it on somebody to hide from the fact that Envy is the one that did it. It's so that the case will be closed and no more investigations will stop the homunculi committing their little plans to gain power and sacrifice people for the making of Philosopher's Stone. It's just so anger-inducing that they were like, we're just going to ignore the report from the person that was there that also fired a single shot. And we're also just going to ignore her alibi because family and friends can't be alibis, which is just bullshit. It's so bullshit. It made me so angry. But she's not dead. She's not dead. Why go through all the effort of breaking her out for her to then be killed? It doesn't make sense. She's not dead. If you enjoyed this react, please consider liking, subscribing, and leaving a comment below to help boost this video into the algorithm. And until next episode, bye!